Okay, so the flip side of that question is it really possible for a patient to ask too much of their caregiver?
Well, certainly you can ask too much. Certainly you can abuse that relationship. And it really is about the caregiver's capacity to give and their willingness to give. And so when you cross that line, when you ask more than they can give and when you ask more than they're willing to give, you're burning them out. And there is a huge chance of that happening. The stress and strain that a catastrophic diagnosis puts on intimate, close relationships is incalculable. I mean, marriages end and relationships falter, and it's very sad. And so it's good right from the beginning to realize that one of the best things you can do is to expand your circle of support so that you're not depending entirely on your spouse or your brother or your sister or that close caregiver in your life, to build a network. And here's the amazing thing. In my own journey, I'm single, I'm divorced. I faced this essentially alone. And I had this mental tape from childhood in the back of my brain that I remember my mother saying, you know, there's nothing sadder than a sick, lonely old man. And here I found myself sick, old, and maybe not lonely, but alone. And that was scary because that, you know, those kinds of tapes we all have, and it haunted me until I began to realize how many people in my life, so-called friends, became great friends, became intimate friends, became caregivers who were willing to be part of that and to step up. And what that has done, it has allowed me to spread the wealth so that I don't have to rely on one person come and walk Buster every day for me. I can ask 5 or 6 people to come. That's once a week for somebody. That's a whole lot more manageable than somebody having to get up every day in the cold snow and come walk my dog. That would get old pretty quick. And so that's something we can manage. And in a realistic sense, this is a hard journey for the caregiver. And we need to have compassion and understanding that just being present and observing the process as the illness progresses is a strain on the caregiver right there. So we can't control this or manage this. And I would just close by saying, and we cannot protect our caregivers from that experience. And we shouldn't carry guilt about bringing it into them. I felt terrible in the beginning that I had brought cancer into the lives of people that I love. Well, I have no control over that. The journey of life that each of us takes, I don't know where the map is, I don't know where the guidebook is written, but it's a journey for each of us, and it's a journey of discovery. All I know is that this came into my life, and those people love me and support me, and I am grateful every day for their support.
Okay, great. That was 30 minutes. Very good. All right, so let's
Well, why don't you copy that onto the laptop, and we'll bring the laptop